I'm just a guy who loves Disney that has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching,
please don't sue me.
Yeah. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney.
I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney news and reviews.
Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e and happy pre-happy Thanksgiving. I won't be making a video next week because it is the Thanksgiving weekend. I will be down in Ocean City doing my annual Thanksgiving stuff. I never really do a video during the Thanksgiving weekend. I will, however, be probably doing other videos based on other things. I might do some DVD unboxings if I get DVDs at all during Black Friday, and you know, I might post a video the week after just showing all the stuff that I do during Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to show you a lot of the stuff that I see down in Ocean City, Maryland, especially the Festival of Lights that they have, the Winter Festive Lights, which is awesome. So I'll record that and I'll maybe show that to you because I think you'll really enjoy that. But yeah, there will be no Disney news and reviews next week because it is the Thanksgiving break, and I hope you all will spend your Thanksgiving with your families. Hope you eat a whole bunch and have a good time. I just wanted to let you know there. Also, I got something in the mail this past week from Disney. It's basically a thank you card from Mickey and everybody. It opens up like this. And this card is in there. It says, to the, you know, to my party, File91e's party. From all of your Disney pals, we hope you created magical moments during your visit to Walt Disney World Resort in 2011. We got, you know, Mickey Mouse, Tinkerbell, Minnie Mouse, and all that. It's a really nice card, really nice little touch that they have there. Very cool, nice thick paper. You know, I know it was printed out and everything, but you know, it was still nice to see that, and probably hang that up. I did have a great time at Disney World, so thanks guys, I appreciate it for that. And also, my newest Disney movie rewards, or my Disney Movie Club movie came in. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. It's just a 2-disc Blu-ray DVD combo. I'm pretty sure this movie in particular is going to be a part of my Christmas giveaway. I don't know, I mean, it'll probably be this and another DVD and maybe a pin as part of a whole, you know, combo package. I'm not sure if I want to do multiple prizes this time, just for the sheer fact that I have no money. But yeah, I think this will still be, you know, a part of the gift because I've only watched it once, and I wasn't really a big fan of this movie. I'll wind up getting the Uber 3D and all that edition eventually, so I figure this will be just as, you know, just fine for a you know, giveaway movie. And I didn't even put in the Disney Movie Rewards code, so it will be Disney Movie Rewards. You know, you will get those points for that if you are a part of it. So totally worth it. Yeah, so a bunch of news this week. I got a lot of updates, particularly about one thing that I wanted to show you guys. So anyway, let's get right to the news. Alright guys, now the funny thing is, right after I posted and uploaded my video, WDW Magic updated the news on this certain thing. Remember I was talking to you about how there was a mystery surrounding the whole new entry system at Epcot? Well, WDW Magic reported last week that the construction walls were in place around a previously used test area for turnstile-less entry into Epcot. And guests at Epcot this past week got to try an all-new entry system for getting into a Disney park. After being diverted to the left-hand side of the entry plaza, park tickets were converted into radio frequency ID cards, or RFID-enabled tickets, by means of attaching a Mickey sticker containing the RFID chip. I've been calling them the RFID chips. RFID, RFID. I don't know. So if you hear me say RFID, that's kind of what I mean. The magnetic strip on the ticket, it was scanned into a computer to match the park ticket to the RFID chip now in place on the ticket. A RFID works the same way to an existing ticket, but instead of the ticket passing through a reader, the object containing the chips just has to be placed close to a reader. Think of like, you know, how some credit cards have, like, you don't even need to swipe anymore. You just put it next to a scanner thing. It's a lot like that. Yeah, you may have an RFID credit card or a toll device in your car. Now, once enrolled in the system, guests were directed to one of the two entry systems. One's designed for a group, and the other designed for guests entering a single line, or, you know, similar to the single file entry system that they have now. In the single file area, an RFID reader, well designed as a Mickey head, greets guests. Basically, the guests place their ticket up to the reader, and it prompts for a finger scan. On successful validation, it lights up green. And then you enter the park. There is no turnstile or any other barriers, and you know, just some cast members overseeing the process. The group entry area is very similar, but instead of having a single reader in queue, it's arranged with 2 banks of 4 readers, so that it will be ideal for group entering together, especially with strollers or wheelchairs. So it's a nice wide open area. It's quicker. There are really no more tickets getting jammed in the machine, so that's you know, those are 2 perks. And then the RFID chip will probably in the future could be embedded into other things other than tickets, such as wristbands or you know stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see what Disney does with this. They're just testing it out to see if there's any glitches and whatnot. But I really like this idea. And it's basically better for families with children in large groups because you know, I mean, there's a lot of waiting, especially when you're trying to get into the park. So this whole thing where you could just swipe and it would turn green, I mean, that's awesome. Swipe, finger scan, boom. There's no, you know, tickets getting jammed. There really isn't any, you know, problems with, you know, reading the tickets. It's, you know, it's pretty, you know, self-explanatory. So I'm really interested in seeing how this works out, and I hope that you know, in the future that it'll be, you know, it's set in place and it'll be awesome because I really think it'll work out really well. I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out in the future because Disney is upgrading a lot. They're getting a lot more technological, so it's blowing my mind. It's really cool, especially with the whole talking Mickey thing. There's videos online of that now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. Anyway, I'm sorry, moving on. It seems that come December, Disney's Animal Kingdom may be losing some of its character meet and greets. And with that, one of Disney's classic characters. Jiminy Cricket and Pocahontas will be leaving Rafiki's Planet Watch. Planet Watch was the only place in Walt Disney World that you could meet Jiminy Cricket. Turk, along with Lilo and Stitch, are also set to be removed. The entertainment cut will also see the end of the Adventure Begins welcome show. These changes coincide with the introduction of a new character lunch offering at the Tusker House, which begins on December 4th of this year. No word on yet if there will be any new additions as replacements or if they're simply being cut from the lineup. So hopefully, you know, it's not, you know, they don't really cut them all because seeing Jiminy Cricket is actually pretty cool. He's a rare guy to see, and you can only see him again, or could have seen him at Rafiki's Planet Watch. So unfortunately, he's out of there. So again, more on that as it becomes available. And finally, Mickey's Jammin' Jungle Parade and the Jingle Holiday Edition will soon be changing its start and end point. Beginning in mid-December, the daily Disney's Animal Kingdom Parade will be stepping off at the gate between Pizzafari and Creature Comforts and return to the same spot to end. In theory, this sounds like it will help alleviate the congestion around the Kilimanjaro Safari's gate that is currently used. So hopefully, you know, everything works out there. A lot of stuff going on with the Animal Kingdom. I think they're starting to get ready for the big upgrade for the Avatar theme park. They want to make sure, they want to start deviating things and alienating a certain area. So who knows? Pretty cool stuff. Really looking forward to seeing what happens there. So yeah, that's it for the news. Let's get right to the reviews. Okay, now like I said, for stuff that I have a lot of footage of, I'm going to be reviewing only one attraction per show, but as you can see by the title up there that there are 2 attractions or 2 things that I'm going to be reviewing today, so I really don't have a whole lot of video footage for both of these 2 things, but there are things that I want to talk about, and I figure, you know, let's just, you know, I can't do 5-star rides, you know, all the way through with 10 minutes of footage for each of them, you know, consistently. So I got to throw in a couple regular ones in there. But this is cool because it's more of an old school show with just 2, you know, where I can review 2 attractions. But this is one of the things where I'm actually going to be reviewing a restaurant, or a diner rather. You know, I really haven't reviewed too many restaurants and whatnot because I didn't really get to go on a whole lot when I went down to Disney World the past few times. Now, this last time we got the Disney one of the dining plans, the quick service dining plan, so that afforded me a lot of opportunities to go to certain eateries and try the food, and let me tell you, a lot of it was really, really good. And the fact that it was free made it taste that much better, because Disney was doing a special at the time I was going down where they gave away free dining plans, and we got $1,000 worth of food for free between the four of us. We used each and every single thing on there. We took it all home for free. It was awesome. It was a great experience. I'll tell you more about that later. But the first thing I want to review is Min and Bill's Dockside Diner. Now you're probably wondering why I'm reviewing this obscure thing. Well, because it's kind of ties into my whole experience with the American Auto experience, which I'm going to be reviewing next after this. Because, well, I mean, simply because they're kind of right next to each other around Echo Lake, and I just wanted to, it just fit for me because I have a story. Anyway, I was going to, this was the day, it was our rest day. This was right before I went to Epcot for the Le Cellier Steakhouse. I was hungry. I was at Hollywood Studios getting some final shots because I missed a couple things while at the Hollywood Studios. This was Wednesday, I believe, or Tuesday, I can't remember, or whatever our off day was, and it was just me that day. Everybody else either decided to sleep in or whatever. I decided to get up early and keep on trucking because that's just the kind of guy File91e is. 16-hour days at Disney World. I don't even care. I don't even care. Give me 8 hours of sleep. I'll be fine. Be tired, but I'll be fine. You have plenty of time to sleep when you're dead, or when you get home. That's kind of what I did. Anyway, so I had done the Beauty and the Beast stage show. I went and saw a couple other different things, and I was getting hungry, and I was kind of wrapping up my time at Hollywood Studios, and I wanted to get something to eat, and I figured, okay, let me try this thing. I had no clue what it was. I had seen it, and they had one of my favorite items on the menu, which is the frozen lemonade, the Minute Maid frozen lemonade. I swear to God, that is just like the blue ices that I had a couple years back. The blue ices saved my life because it was so hot that we just needed something to drink, and those blue ices saved us. So while we were down there, it was kind of hot as well, so we kept drinking the Minute Maid lemonade, frozen lemonade. Thank you again, Bob. You know, the guy I went with, Bob. He bought one, and it became an obsession for the rest of the trip. So those Minute Maid lemonade drinks are awesome. If you're down there, get one. But anyway, they had that, so I figured I'll stop here and get some lunch. Now, what the Dockside Diner is, it's based on the 1931 movie Min and Bill, which starred Wallace Beery and Marie Dressler, and Marie Dressler won an Oscar for Best Actress that year for her performance in Min and Bill. Now, the design, as you can see, is it's like a steamship. It's classified as California Crazy. I'm not sure if you remember, back in the 50s, it was very popular because of they would. Diners and small eateries would create these gigantic, gaudy, places that are designed in like the shape of a bulldog or a boat, for that matter, just to attract customers and to catch their eye and kind of keep them coming in, because it was crazy. It was something cool. So that's kind of what caught my eye, and I figured I'd go over and take a look. And the menu is actually pretty cool. They have like 3 different types of I would call them wraps, but they're not really wraps. I'm not sure what you would say. There's a hot dog and a pretzel, hot dog and a pretzel, essentially what it is. Then there's the Caesar salad and a roll. I'm not sure what type of bread that is. Then there's an Italian sausage with peppers and onions and Italian bread, and they all kind of are like encased in something. And then they all come with chips. Now, as you can see by the picture here, this is what I ate. You got obviously you got the Minute Maid lemonade. You got the free chips. It comes with a dessert because I was part of the Disney dining plan, and this was all free for me because I had that free dining plan that I got. I mean, this was all free. I didn't pay a penny for this. And the thing is, guys, it all tasted really good. That Frankfurter was awesome. I had to actually throw away some of the bun because they give it was pretty much, it was like this big. I mean, it was they don't really skimp on the stuff there. And the potato chips are great. They're You know, they're the Disney potato chips, and they tasted pretty good. You know, the drinks and all that were great. It was just an awesome experience. There wasn't a long line. There really wasn't a long wait. A funny story about this place is the guy who was serving me served me the day before when I was getting another frozen lemonade while waiting for Fantasmic. It was funny because I mentioned it to him. He was like, "Really? You remember me?" I was like, "Yeah." It was just kind of funny that I saw him. He worked in different places. And it was nice. There was a nice breeze out. It was really cool. I was sat under it was like a little bench with a tent, and you know, I mean, it was just sitting right there. And I was looking over at the American Idol experience, and I was just thinking about, you know, how cool it would be to try to go in there, but I really didn't have any time to do that. But overall, the food tasted great. It was free. The pricing is a little, I mean, it is a little pricey, but that's all Disney food. But overall, I mean, it tasted awesome. And if you get that dining plan, the quick service plan, this is under the quick service plan, so it's totally worth, you know, going over and checking out, especially if you want something quick and easy. It was a good lunch, it filled you up, and that was awesome. So what am I going to give Min and Bill's Dockside Diner? I mean, well, I had to really gauge my restaurant. I mean, I'll give it a 4. It was good. It was free for me. My experience of it was awesome. The food was great. They had some, you know, some good snacks there, and the entrees that they have, you know, those wraps and hot dogs and whatever. I mean, it was good. They give you big portions. I love the you know, the theming of it. It's very clean. You know, there's even a sign explaining exactly what everything is. You know, who is Min and Bill and whatnot. And it was just nice. It was a good experience for me. I really enjoyed it. And I mean, it's you know, for a quick service restaurant, this was great. I'm sure. I mean, if you compare it to the Le Cellier Steakhouse, which is a 10,000-star restaurant, you know, this will, you know, obviously that's going to blow it out of the water. But for a quick service restaurant, which is what I'm kind of, you know, I'm giving it that scale. For a quick service restaurant, this was great. You know, the food was good. I enjoyed it. I would say, but I would give it a high 3.5, so I'll just round up and say it's a 4. So it's totally worth checking out, especially if you haven't. You know, I really didn't mind it, and it was just a nice day. I was sitting there by myself, and it was just cool to relax for a little bit. And plus, I got to see these little lizards everywhere. They were really cool. I was totally blown away, because there are no lizards here in Baltimore, really, because lizards are like, I'm not going to that city. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. Min and Bill's Dockside Diner, 4 stars, a high 3.5, so I had to round it up to 4, so if you want to be technical about it. Yeah. Alright guys, the next thing I want to review was actually requested to me this past week, and I figure I might as well review it now. I didn't personally experience it. I did go in, I took a couple pictures, but I didn't do anything with it because I didn't feel like spending the time to do all this stuff. There was so much to do it during my Hollywood Studios time there. I really didn't get the chance to. But whatever. You know, I'm not really a big American Idol fan, so whatever. Anyway, I'm reviewing the American Idol experience. Now, what these guys say the American Idol experience is, it's a theme park version of the TV show. It's a major attraction, go anytime. Guests must be at least age 14 to perform. Even if you don't watch the show, you'll find someone to cheer for 4 stars. Now, the American Idol experience is, I would say, purely for people that enjoy the show American Idol, or at least singing and whatnot. I enjoy singing. I'm not a big fan of the show, and I just think there's so much more that Hollywood Studios has to offer than this show. I'm more of a stunt guy than anything else. But if you're huge into American Idol, you'll love it. I mean, so much of what people said, you know, is positive about this that I can't knock it too much just because I don't like the show. But overall, it's a pretty cool experience. Basically, this opened on February 14th of 2009, as I said before. Guest ages 14 or older auditioned before a Disney casting director. Basically, you sing a cappella just like you do in the TV show, and the casting director judges people, singers, based on their ability to sing and perform in front of an audience. Now, if you do well, you will move on to the next stage. If you do poorly, they'll give you a polite no, and you'll be, you know, exited out and just say, hey, I tried this and it was kind of fun. Now, then you move on to a second judge who is known as the producer, and then you pick a song from a list, which you can see right there, and it ranges from rock to country to some Disney songs, and you perform there with you know, you have to perform a special song and make sure to show the judge that you have what it takes. And if you move on from there, you actually go to one of the preliminary shows, and Now, these preliminary shows build up to a final show on the day. The preliminary shows, the singers are voted on by the studio audience members, and via electronic little thumb pad thing. They have like choose one and all that stuff. Anyway, and you choose your favorite singer, and if you win, the winners of those preliminary shows will be in the final show for the night, where they really do it up. And there's 3 judges there that kind of represent you know, Randy, Paula, and Simon, but they aren't Randy, Paula, and Simon, obviously. And no, Ryan Seacrest is not there. And again, they you know, the live audience votes for their favorite performers, and they also take in the judges' scores for, you know, to account for all that. So, and if you win, now this is the coolest part. Each final day's winner receives a dream ticket that will allow him or her to bypass the queue at one of the regional American Idol auditions for the live television show, provided he or she meets the show's age and residency requirements. If the winner is not eligible, he or she will be allowed a one-time transfer of the dream ticket to another person, or can save the ticket until the age limit is met. So basically, if you win, you get the front of the line at your regional American Idol audition thing, so you can go in front of whoever the judges are now. I mean, I don't even know. I guess that's Steven Tyler still. I don't watch the show. But yeah, so I mean, if you're really into it and you think you got what it takes, this might be an easy way to at least get noticed, because I'm sure, you know, being first is a lot better than being last, because if you're the last person, those judges have heard every bad person that you know ever, and they're probably tired and don't want to be there. So I'm sure getting the front of the line ticket is a lot better than being last. So all in all, I mean, it's a pretty cool experience. I mean, they really do it up. All the American Idol winners are promoted on there. They have big television screens showing everything, and showing Scotty McCreery and Kelly Clarkson and all those other ones, Carrie Underwood. But overall, it's pretty nice. It's kind of confusing as to where you go in and audition and whatnot. I really didn't see anything that really caught my eye to say, hey, come in and try this. But then again, I'm not a big American Idol fan, so. You know, what can I say? I really wasn't into going into this. But if you are an American Idol fan, this thing is for you. So what am I going to rate the American Idol experience? I think I'm going to give it a 3. But I'm sure it's a 5-star if you're a huge American Idol fan. It's something that you're going to want to go see. It's like it'll probably be the first attraction that you hit when you're there. But to me, personally, I think there's a lot more that Hollywood Studios has to offer. In the way of other shows and other attractions. You got Star Tours, Indiana Jones, Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, the Rock and Roller Coaster. That seeing this American Idol show really wasn't on the plan for me. I really didn't care too much for it. If you are an American Idol fan and you want to see this, go see it. Replace something else with this. That's just for you. I'm sure if you're an American Idol fan, it's 5 stars. 5 stars if you're an American Idol fan. But for me, being File91e, I didn't see what all the draw is about. I know that people love it, so I can't knock it. But just a regular 3 stars. It's an average attraction. I think there are other things that you can see at Hollywood Studios. But again, if you're into singing and American Idol, go check it out. If you're not, it's up to you. So there you go. The American Idol experience, 3 stars. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney News and Reviews. Again, don't knock me just because I didn't actually go see all of it. I mean, the stage is awesome and everything, so it's totally worth going to see if you're into all that. I don't want to hear any hate mail because I didn't like the American Idol experience. So what? I didn't like it. But it is what it is. It's good if you like it. I don't like it, so I didn't like it. There you go. Does that make sense? I think it does. Yeah, if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. Just because I gave something a 3 or lower doesn't mean I don't want people to go down and make decisions for themselves. That's the whole point of this. I want to get some discussion going. I want you guys to go down to Disney World and make the decisions for yourselves. These are just my opinions, just for me. I'm not basing anything else off of anybody else. This is my opinion over what I see, and so I mean, go down to Disney World and make the decision for yourself. And because there's plenty of people who I talk to regularly that say, Nick, how didn't you like this, or oh, this was so much better than what I thought, or than what you thought. I would give it a 5 versus a 3, whatever. That's why I do this. Go to allers.net, touringplans.com, www.magic.com for our latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too, straight from the horse's mouth stuff. And again, I won't be back next week because I'll be down Ocean City enjoying my winter festive lights, doing a whole bunch of fun stuff with my family for the Thanksgiving holiday, and which I hope that you guys will do too. I'll try to take some video of my experiences down there, so I'll put that up maybe Monday of the week after or whatnot. But I will be back the week of December 4th or 3rd or whatever it is for another Disney news and reviews. A whole big good show with that, and I'll be probably discussing more about my December giveaway then. So yeah, keep that in mind for the future. So yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for another Disney news and reviews. Bye guys.